Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and of course, welcome on back to another Skylanders TrapTeam unboxing. Today we're going to be taking a look at another Trap Master, and this is, of course, Krypt King. He is from the undead element, which is very spooky, of course. He looks really, really awesome. He's got this ginormous, almost anime-like blade, and I love that. That thing looks absolutely ridiculously awesome. And then, of course, his little tagline to go along with that blade is very appropriate because his little catchphrase is actually, "I've got the edge," which, of course, he does. With that kind of sword, I'd be surprised how you wouldn't have the edge. I'm sorry again if my dog's hair is anywhere on the table. It's just out of my hands, guys. It really is. We vacuum like 3 times a week. It's ridiculous. That's what happens when you have a golden retriever, though. So, with all that being said, of course, here's the awesome packaging for these Skylanders Trap Team. I'll probably mention it for all the unboxings because I just think it's ridiculously cool. I love the packaging for the Trap Masters. I think it's just awesome. Very cool. And what I would love for them to do, maybe next year with the next Skylanders game, is consider to make the packaging a really useful part where you could maybe slide off the cardboard part or something like that and then keep the actual clamshell design and maybe make them stackable so you could display the figures after. I think that would be a really cool idea because then you give value to the packaging itself, which would be really awesome indeed. So of course, let's flip the figure to the side where you can see that the figure is, of course, since since this is a new figure, that's what I meant to say. Of course, he's only compatible with Skylanders Trap Team, so you will not be able to carry him over back to Swap Force Giants or Spyro's Adventure. And then, of course, if we flip the package on over, all the way to the back, you will notice, of course, a nice shot of Krypt King in the game, which he looks quite cool indeed. He actually looks a little bit cooler in game, I think. I don't know, I really like that. That looks really neat. And then, of course, we also see some of the other Skylanders in his element, including Funny Bone, who looks absolutely amazing, Bat Spin, and then High Jinx, which is, of course, a mini version of Jinx. So that's quite cool indeed. Of course, there are a total of 600. No, not 600. I'm getting too excited here. Thank God there are not 600. That would be way too expensive. But there are a total of 60 plus Skylanders to collect this time around, which is quite awesome indeed. And with all that being said, let's go on ahead and get Mr. of course, Krypt King out of packaging. Now, I am using a knife, so please be very careful if you're going to be using a knife. Just be careful before you do so. And if you're a kid, just simply ask for your parents' help with this, because as cool as this packaging is, for some reason, for me, I found it to be just a little bit tricky to actually open up. It could be just me. Okay, let me just slide this off camera, because I'm going to have to really give this a nice tug if I want to get it opened up properly. So there we go. Slide out Mr. Krypt King. Alright, making a lot of noise here, I know. Sorry about that. So we're going to slide this little back piece open, and that makes, of course, the Skylander easy to pull out. And then, of course, we got our little card and our little sticker as well. So let's begin with the sticker, of course. So here's the little sticker pack thingamajig, which comes with a sticker of the Skylander, and then, of course, a nice little name tag sticker as well, along with the code for Skylanders Universe. Then, my God, this guy's awesome. Okay, I think I'm going to love this guy in terms of gameplay. So, of course, here's Krypt King, a really cool art card for him. He looks absolutely terrific. That's why I was like, oh, he looks cooler, because they didn't paint the eyes red. I think that's the part that's missing here. And that's the funny thing, is like, when I showed this guy to some of my friends and stuff, they were like, where's his head? And I was like, that's his head right there. Those are his eyeballs. And you see, I think that if they were painted red, I think that would have really brought the figure to life. Like, look how much cooler that looks. That's really neat. So, of course, as you can see, he has 180, yes, 180 points in attack and defense. That is super duper handy. That means he's going to be a very powerful Skylander. He's actually also pretty fast for those types of attacks and defense. That's really cool. So he's 100 points there, and then only 50 points in magic, but I think that this guy is more kind of a close combat type of fella, so I don't mind that whatsoever. He looks absolutely terrific. Of course, on the back of the card, we have the brand new Skylanders Trap Team logo, looking stylish and profilish. And then, of course, let's get to the Krypt King himself. So let me just go ahead and, there we go. Adjust that so that you can actually see things clearly. Let me just double check one thing. Krypt King. Okay, sweet. I don't know why I thought it was Krypt Kong or something like that before that. I just wanted to verify the name. So, here's Mr. Krypt King. He looks quite cool indeed. He's kind of a very almost like Egyptian kind of feel I get from him, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's actually quite cool indeed. Just the colorization and like some of these patterns and designs kind of looks like a mummified guard or something like that, which is really neat. Definitely excited to play as him, and with those type of stats, he must be really fun to play. As you can see, he's got a really cool black and gold armor. I'm almost getting a little bit of Iron Man-like vibes from this guy, like a Mandarin or something like that. He looks really cool. As you can see, he's got this ginormous Traptanium sword, which looks fantastic. I love how it just like nails right into the skull, right at the bottom right here, into the base. That's quite cool indeed. Of course, since he is from the undead element, this does glow in the dark, like this little skull part is a glow-in-the-dark piece, which is quite cool. Of course, the base is red to go along with all the other TrapTeam Skylanders. Obviously, they change that color up every single year whenever a new Skylander games comes out. And yeah, I think that this guy is really cool. I still think he would have benefited from having red eyes, but I'm going to take care of that. I'll paint that up myself just because I think it makes it look way cooler. Just look at the card. I mean, it brings the figure to life so much. Just look at that. Bam! That's the only difference right there. It's just to paint those eyes. Those 4 eyes need to be red, and I think that would make the character look way cooler. Now in the game they are red, so that's quite cool indeed. So with all that being said, there you go guys. That is the Krypt King unboxing. Looking forward to playing this guy in the actual video game. Cannot wait for that. But with all that being said, of course, don't forget to check out all the other unboxings that I've been doing for the Skylanders TrapTeam. If you haven't checked them out, or if you don't, or if you haven't subscribed, or if let's say you don't know how to search the channel or anything like that, in the description box below I made it really convenient for you guys. So there are links to all the different unboxings that I have done, so definitely check that out. But with all that being said, thank you guys so very much for watching. Of course, have a fan-fantastic day, and I will indeed catch you guys next time with another Skylanders TrapTeam unboxing. Peace out, guys, and see you later, alligators. Bye-bye, guys.